Peep the game, Them Boys for Life, the ugly truth about female nature, dating advice, and the chase for excellence. Now, let's dive into this video real quick. If you do out there and you don't know why you're here, like why you showed up on this planet, you don't know what your life mission is, you should you should get in the search for that in the first place before we even discuss all this red pill thing, all this shit that we're gonna share here. It still boils down to your path and purpose. It still boils down to your path and purpose. So it's all not gonna make sense if you're not on your path and purpose as a man. You get what I'm saying? Because one thing I want you all to understand is we didn't show up here to chase money, get by, own fast cars, acquire one or two things, and that's it. That's not the reason to why we showed up on this planet. Nah, it's not that, bro. You should get deep into understanding why you showed up on this planet. You know what I mean? I don't care where you are. I don't care, where you grew up from, all that stuff. I don't give a fuck. You need to figure out what you came down here with, and because I strongly believe we all incarnated down here with something. We all came down here to do something. We were all called for a specific, work or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and I'm not going hard on you guys, because I wasn't like this about a year ago. Yeah, but I would say that you have to really question one or two things. You really have to pray. You really have to ask God to reveal to you why you are here. We are not here to chase money, do all that stuff, acquire one or two things. That's not the reason. That's not the thing. The real thing boils down to what gives your life a meaning. What is that thing that when you are really, 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 really about it, you feel like your life has a meaning? That's what I'm talking about. You feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? None of you guys are here to do a job. You should first get to know what your life work is, like your mission, your life purpose, and then you're good to go about this all red pill thing. Now let's crack into the red pill. Now someone may ask, what's this red pill thing which jazzes? Like, what's this thing all about? Is it some sort of a pill where you go in a pharmacy and you buy it and then you swallow it and you just wait for the changes in your life and stuff like that? There are many theories and interpretations around this term, as many refer to it as this, notion that raise the bar for, men against women, hence exposing their unsettled behavior patterns or traits, as many, young men refer to it nowadays. I would like to think, though, you don't have to agree, that the red pill doesn't only refer to understanding female nature and the workings of the opposite sex, but instead it applies to every other aspect of life. In that be said, let's dive into the possible, like the definition of this, red pill thing. And basically, it's not that big of a deal. The red pill is just living in reality. Yeah, strictly living in reality. Abandoning all the beliefs that you are led to, buy into while you're growing up, beliefs that you were fed, by society, religion, indoctrination, by society. It's putting all of that aside, and things in reality don't work like that. What they told you about women, treat her like this and that, buy her flowers, she will love you until, Lake Victoria dries. All those Disney fantasies, they just do not apply to, the real world. Yeah. So me, after experiencing a lot of, failures and challenges, and a lot of stuff that was actually going on in my life. I started questioning I started questioning everything. That's what red pill is. It's seeing things for what they are versus what you were led to believe they are. Yeah, so it's the opposite of the world that we most of us grew up in. Because once you go red pill, you transition mentally from one state of thinking to another state of whereby your mindset is no more operating off of your old beliefs. You're now a completely different individual in the way you look at things, life, and like society. It's like you have a new lens within you that just sees things that other people don't see. You get that. Be said, the red pill or going red pill, and I recommend you should go red pill. If you're a dude out there, you should go red pill. You have to be red pilled, bruh. You need to go red pill, bruh. When I came to this understanding and I tapped into this reality, things changed for me. Things drastically changed, and a lot of stuff that I was doing back then, I now look at the old me and I laugh at myself from a distance. I'm like, whoa, what was I thinking? Whoa, I just cannot comprehend shit I was doing back then when I was still blue pill. And actually, I'll discuss these pills in my future videos so that you guys don't get confused about these, blue pill, red pill, purple pill, and black pill. I'll discuss these in my future videos. So stick around. Like I said, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every when I release a video, because I'm gonna be dropping 3 damn motherfucking videos every single week. Now you're aware, you've woken up to this colder truth. You're now a red pill, person, and yeah, you see things for what they are, not what you were led to believe they are. Once one becomes red pilled, yes, you're now fully aware of what's going on. You've woken up to this cold harsh truths of life. You know what's up, you know what's going on, like I said, and everything just clicks for you. And one thing I want you guys to know, that you don't, in most cases, you don't wake up and just go red pilled, like, out of free will. Like, you be like, hey, you know what, now I think I should go red pill. Like, the way I'm preaching this to you, that you all need to go red pilled, you dudes out there. It doesn't happen that way. It's usually gonna come out of a very, very bad, experience or chaotic event or traumatic event that happened in your life, that will suddenly wake you up, and you now activated, sort of. You now, like, you see life in a completely different dimension. Like, for my own case, it was out of a bad breakup with one of my narcissistic, girlfriend that I was in a relationship. I was in an LTR with. That led to my awakening, that triggered my awakening. And then from the awakening, I was led to the red pill community. Like, when you're sketching, when you're searching for answers for what happened, what really happened, and that's how I got to the red pill community. Yeah, so like I said, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't, you don't just wake up and be like, I want to go red pill now. But it's important that you educate yourself about 1 or 2 things. And anyway, I run another platform where I share my experiences dealing with a covert narcissist, that my EX, and toxic people that I had surrounded myself with. You check it above. there, and you get to know one or two things on how you can actually stay away or get rid of toxic people in your life. Moving on, here are the stages that one goes through once you found the red pill, or when you go red pill. There are about 5 stages of red pill, but it's not like everyone who finds the red pill community undergoes these stages. Yeah, some may experience one or two, some may experience one, and it depends, I think, on what actually brought you to the red pill community. Yeah, because like for my own, like for my own case, I really went through a very hard time, and I experienced a lot of, pain. I would say I experienced a lot of pain, and me being a slow learner on that path, that new path, I found it difficult to believe that all of this, red pill thing, red pill knowledge, and all this stuff was true. I really opposed the beliefs. I just didn't want to believe that it was true. We get, and also I felt like maybe like something was wrong with me when I was like experiencing when I was going through an awakening. Yeah, I just couldn't comprehend it in the environment where I was. No one knew what it was, an awakening. So it was very tough, and I went through a lot of pain in order to transition from, my old beliefs to this new person that you see on your screen. Anyway, the 5 stages that I want to walk you through, like I said, some will experience like all of the 5, yeah, and some will be like maybe 2, and then you get over, all that, conditioning that, you bought into, like I said, and you shift your mindset. Now, once you find the red pill community, you go through this so-called red pill rage. You're like, whoa, why, like, what have I been thinking all this long? Like, what is this whole thing about? Like, so the first stage is the denial stage. Is when you wake up, you deny, all this new beliefs or knowledge that is popping up in your head. You just cannot believe it's true. It's very difficult for you to comprehend. Yeah, so it's that stage where you oppose beliefs, and which beliefs that you're opposing are the ones that are going to lead you to actually a better life, because now you're new to these new beliefs, and now you're opposing them. You're like, you're just lagging there. You don't want to, like take a leap and move on and, go down the rabbit hole and, learn or, grow and evolve. Yeah, because like I said, in my own in my own experience, that's what I was, that's what I experienced. I lagged a lot. I was in denial. I didn't want to believe that all of this stuff is true. I just, like, I was just there. I had a very hard time transitioning. Yeah, and once you are at that stage of denial, you're most likely about to jump onto the second stage, which is the anger stage. And for the anger stage, is when you like you now examine, let's say like you had an LTR, or maybe it was out of a like maybe a collapse of your marriage, or you know that whatever that even you know that brought you to the red pill community. You're like, whoa, like for real, this shit is for real. Like how can I be this, you know, like damn that I I didn't know that all this shit exists. You get that kind of thing. Yeah, you now go through that anger, which is called referred to as the red pill rage. Yeah, you now just go hard on yourself. I remember I went hard on myself. I didn't want to talk to people anymore. I started cutting off people like that. I was so like, you know, I was mad about almost everything, you know. I was like, yo, why, like, how would we, you know, how would we be led to believe all this nonsense, like, you know, that kind of thing. I beat myself up, I remember. So very difficult that, but you know, once one gets over that red pill rage, some stay in the red pill rage and they actually just forget, like, you know, give up on almost everything. They're like, yo, that there's no reason to even do one or two things if things are like this. Because when you wake up, or when you find the red pill community out of, you know, a bad breakup, or a collapse of your marriage, or, you know, like I said, any bad event that happened in your life, you just know that you go hard on yourself, right? You go hard on yourself. So from there's this bargaining stage that pops up. This is where you now, okay, you comprehend things. You're like, okay, this is what's up now. Okay, what's the way forward? So you're trying to weigh the old beliefs and the new beliefs, so you see which one actually works. Yeah. So you now get out there and try one or two things, and then you see that actually this new whatever you adapted to, or you've, you know, jumped onto, it's actually true. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, that bargaining stage. So it's a denial and anger, and then the bargaining stage, and there kicks in the depression stage. The depression stage is kind of when you're like, you have now fully transitioned, but you're not sure of where this journey is going to lead you, because it's like kind of lonely journey after you get to the red pill community, or when you get red pill. Because the rest of the world, thing you have to understand is, when you get red pill, it doesn't mean that the rest of the circle, the rest of your circle, family and friends, are all red pilled. Nah, it's not like that. They are still in the matrix. They are caught up in the matrix. You know, they're still operating off the system, you know, values and, you know, beliefs. So it's like they don't get you anymore. They don't just get you. And it's very difficult to actually relate with these people anymore, because you now know better. You know, you now know better, and they just, like, I don't know, there's something there that happens. There's some energy that just keeps you like draws a line in between you and people that are still existing in the matrix. Yeah, so from that stage of the depression, and you know, you're like you're now on a lonely path, so to say, you gradually get to a level where you now accept that, okay, now this is what's up. When you accept, you're like, okay, now this is what's up, so what's the way forward? Like I said, what's the way forward? I need to move on. I need to, you know, do one or two things. So you accept the new reality for you. And once you do accept the new reality for you, that's when things flip. That's when you start seeing changes in your life. That's when you start experiencing the best out of life. You're like fresh. You're like just a new born baby on this continent, on this planet. Yeah, because what I'm sharing with you is what was my experience. I was newly here on this planet. Like, everything I'd, you know, bought into. I purged everything. I purged people, I purged places where I felt like my energy levels weren't aligning anymore. I got rid of all that stuff and I moved forward, not knowing where it's gonna lead me, but I just knew that there is gonna be something in front of me. Yeah, and that's how I, I went through all those, stages. For myself, I feel like I went through all the 5 stages. Yeah, because first it was the red pill rage, where I was angry at almost everything. Everything. I remember I beat myself up. I was in there in my house. Then I was still doing a job. Uh, I was still doing a job in Dubai. Yeah, so I beat myself up in my room and stuff, and then I graduated from that level. I started comprehending things, then I got over that red pill rage. Yeah, but now in my next video I'll discuss with you, after when you get over the red pill stage, you've now accepted, and okay, you're like, okay, this is what's up, so what's the way forward. I will share with you what happens thereafter once you've now accepted the new beliefs, and you're a new person, and you've shifted, you've taken a leap, and you are now operating in a completely different new dimension. Yeah, now just to let you know, I'll be dropping 3 videos every single week. That's Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So stick around and also subscribe to this channel because you don't want to miss out on my uploads.